Hello students, this is Benazeer Fatima, Assistant Professor, School of Legal Studies, BBT University. Today my lecture is on demand and flow of demand. Let's proceed with the slides. My text contains the definition of demand, law of demand, assumptions of law of demand, demand schedule and demand graph. Demand in economics means demand backed up by enough money to pay for goods demanded, which means that the desire backed up by the willingness to buy a commodity and having a purchasing power to pay. Hence, desire alone is not enough. From this definition, we see that we need to have a backing of purchasing power and willingness to buy or to purchase a particular product, giving money in return, and then only it becomes our demand. Otherwise, it remains our desire, a wish, a want, or whatever. Thus, demand has three essentials, that is the desire to purchase a commodity, the purchasing power, and the willingness to purchase. Now, these 3 points are essential to make the want, desire, or anything turn into a demand. So, we need to have a demand. We need to have a desire to purchase a product. We should have the purchasing power, that is, we need to have money in our pockets to make it a demand. And third thing we want to spend that amount and we are willing to purchase that product by spending that amount. That means we are able to expend those money that we have with ourselves to make it our demand. So the three essentials, desire, purchasing power, and willingness to purchase, converts our desire, a want, a wish into our demand. Now we have law of demand here. Law of demand says that basically it is the first law of demand. Law of demand shows the relationship between price and quantity demanded of a commodity in the market. In other words, law of demand states that people will buy more at lower price and buy less at higher price. While other things remaining the same, an increase in the price of a commodity will decrease the quantity demanded of that commodity, and decrease in the price will increase the demand of that commodity. So the relationship described by law of demand is an inverse or negative relationship. Now to put it in simple words, we can see that here a very clear definition of law of demand is given, and it says that when the price of any quantity demanded falls, the quantity demanded of that commodity increases. That means when something becomes cheaper, we buy more of that product. And on the other hand, or shall we say vice versa, when the price of anything rises, any commodity rises, we tend to purchase less of that particular commodity. So this means that when the price goes up, quantity demanded falls or declines. When the price goes down, quantity demanded rises. Hence we see there is an inverse relationship or negative relationship between price and quantity demanded. The law explains that people will buy more at lower price and will buy less at higher price. Now if I take an example, supposedly we go to a market to buy something which we usually keep on buying, and we are in a habit of buying, and we come to know that we have the price of that product has decreased. So what happens? People tend to take more amount of those commodities in just to take full advantage of that particular price decrease, so that they can save more money and buy by buying more at the lower price. If you go to buy say 10 kgs of rice, and we see that the price has fallen from 120 to from 150 to 100, or say 120 to 100, we tend to buy a bit more kgs of rice, because we want to take full advantage of the reduced price, and we can get more amount of quantity by paying less. So if the price of any commodity has decreased, the quantity demanded of that commodity will definitely increase, as people want to buy more and more amount of quantity, more and more amount of quantity of that commodity with the reduced price, so that they can save money. Now the next slide shows a schedule in which an example has been taken, and this example is based on the purchase of apples, and the schedule is drawn to differentiate between their price and their quantity demanded. Price is measured in rupees and quantity demanded is measured in kilograms. So as you can see clearly from this schedule that at rupees 40, when the price of an apple is rupees 40, the quantity demanded of apples is 2 kg. Now if you see the next column, you will see that the price falls to rupees 30, and now a person buys one more kgs of apple, and now he takes 3 kgs of apple. Again you will see that the price has fallen to rupees 20. Now the person can easily purchase more amount of commodity, more amount of quantity, and he now ends up purchasing 4 kgs. And further in the last column you will see that the price is 10 rupees, and here you see that the quantity demanded of apples are 5 kgs. So you can see that the price of the apple is decreasing 40, 30, 20, 10. On the other hand, you will see that the quantity demanded of apples in kgs is increasing 2, 3, 4, 5. So this clearly shows the inverse relationship between the price of a commodity, which is apple, for example, taken as example here, and the quantity demanded of apples, which is used as an example here. There is an inverse relationship between price and quantity, and this is the law of demand. Moving on to the next slide, there is a graphical representation of this law, and this shows a downward sloping curve. A downward sloping curve shows law of demand, because as you can see, if we take price on the y-axis, that is left hand, and we take quantity, that is x-axis, on the horizontal line, if we mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and if we mark 2 to 14, taking a gap of 2 on the y-axis, just see the price and the quantity relationship. Try to focus on the price and quantity relationship. You see on y-axis where price is written, you see 14 is there. So at rupees 14, a person buys 1 kg of any commodity. Now the price further falls to rupees 12, and at rupees 12 the person buys one more kg, and that is 2 kg. So at rupees 12 he buys 2 kg of any quantity, of any commodity. Further the price falls to 10, and now you can see that the person is buying 3 kgs or in whichever units quantity is measured, but the quantity demanded has increased. Now further, if you see that at rupees 8 the person buys, say for example, 4 kgs. Furthermore, at rupees 6 person buys 5 kgs. At rupees 4 person buys 6 kgs, and at rupees 2 person buys 7 kgs. That means as the price is falling on y-axis, you can see that the quantity demanded is increasing from left to right on the x-axis. And this is law of demand. So law of demand clearly states that when there is a fall or decline or decrease in the price, the quantity demanded increases, and vice versa. If there is a rise in the price of any commodity, the quantity demanded decreases. Hence, this shows an inverse or a negative relationship between price and quantity demanded. This is all for today. Thank you.